Love is in the air, or so they say in February. Anyway, this is Wendy Ditchfield with Happy Cookers and Yvonne Montague with Happy Cookers and Charlene Fink with Happy Cookers. And we are the awesome trio for February, and we've picked out some really cool things. Charlene and Yvonne and I had thought nibbles were a good idea for February. Not so much taking out the flavor of things, but keeping the flavor intense and also keeping it in small portions. So some of them may be diet, some not. So Yvonne, you asked me to make something I made for a tailgate party with Happy Cookers.
Exactly, and it was so wonderful. I wanted to take the whole pan with me.
So not so lucky. So we're going to do it today, and it's fantastic. You can use it for a tailgate party. You can use it for movie night. You can use it for a bridal shower, anything. Okay? So what we've done is we've taken those King's Hawaiian rolls and we've sliced them in half in groups of 6, so they pretty much stay together. And then I just put mayonnaise on mine, and Yvonne, if you could do that with yours. And you put a little bit of mustard after you've put all 12 together. And so then you spread it out over all 12. Make sure you get in the corners and everything, the mayonnaise and mustard mixture. So you spread it all over the 12 different individual little goodies in this King's Hawaiian loaf. And I like to keep it in one of these smaller cake size pans because we will pour some things on it. And I got these and they're actually disposable, but they hold up really well for a couple of them. But the nice thing is they came with lids. And I'm gonna put this in the sink, but they came with lids, so when you take them as a gift or a guest to a party or a potluck or something, it keeps it nice and cared for, and you don't have to worry about anything touching the top because there will be things on the top. Yvonne, go ahead and add your ham now to it.
Okay.
And one of the things that you want to remember is that, hold on, we're gonna do it this way, is that you have all the slices really close. All the bread pieces really close. Go ahead and do it. Okay. And it doesn't matter if you overlap, just as long as you get plenty of ham across the thing.
Right.
And if you want to overlap, I think we have plenty of ham. It tastes nice when you get a little bit of
yeah, it's better.
Chomp into it. And don't worry about if you overlap the crosses and everything, because when we cut them, they will be cut perfectly and it will allow the topping we put on to get into the creases.
And don't forget, you don't have to be perfect.
The recipe calls for honey style ham, but I'm one of those people that doesn't like nitrates or anything. So I'm very careful about what types of ham or bacon or anything like that I buy, because I just feel like we don't need to add possible poisons into our system. Now we're doing the Swiss cheese, and as you can see, Swiss cheese has a lot of holes in it. The other thing is, we don't mind overlapping it at all. Because I had the deli slice it super thin, but I also got baby Swiss. Yvonne was mentioning that you like what cheese?
Havarti.
Havarti. And I love Havarti. It's a much creamier cheese.
Exactly.
And you can get it plain or with caraway or with dill. I think caraway might lend itself well to this recipe. Anyway, so I'm just kind of doing a hodgepodge, just like she is. Here, you might need a little more.
I think so.
There we go.
Right.
So anyway, we're doing that. And the one thing I did want to show you about this kind of a pan, it looks a little beat up, but I got it at Albertsons, and you can get them like this, so that if you're taking this to a party from your house, all you have to do is clip the lid on. It's really great. This is so good, and I know in the recipe it just says add it together, but I like to warm it up and make the flavors kind of combine a little more. So what I've done is I've doubled the recipe. So here's a cup of butter, and I've melted it, all right? Okay. Can you add, I lost my place, 2 tablespoons of poppy seed.
Okay.
And that adds such a nice little crunch to it. And it adds just a really wonderful flavor. So we've got the 2 tablespoons of poppy seed, and you're going to use a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. So that's that one. Okay. My friend Ian said, Wendy, it's not Worcestershire. He said the English say Worcester. They don't bother trying to say the whole word because it really gets messed up.
Well, they can't say it, that's why.
Oh my God, we'll tell him that. Okay, so 1 tablespoon onion powder.
Okay, 1 tablespoon, that's this one.
Yep. Now, this isn't onion powder. This is granulated onion. So maybe a little less.
Okay.
A little more. Keep going. There you go.
Okay.
Alrighty. And
we'll just stir it up here.
yeah. So I think that's all the stuff. Now, if we just let that sit there for a little bit and cool down, as long as everything is mixed in, it looked like that powder kind of congealed a little bit.
Exactly, that's what I'm
All right, so we'll put that over to the other burner, and this doesn't take long at all, does it?
No.
Okay.
Easy, very easy.
Yvonne told me to chill.
We're both like this.
I know. So anyway, what you do is you take your top half of your slice of Hawaiian rolls and you put them back on top of the ham and cheese and mayonnaise and mustard that you've already done. And it works out really well this way. And then I take it and I go ahead and I slice it once they're put together. Because if you do it the other way, they become very, there's a problem.
Yes, like I've done just right now. Look at that. That's okay, they're edible.
She's never made it before. I have made them before. So she's learning, but this is so easy. And wait till you taste it. I went to a Winnie the Pooh baby shower, and what I left with was better than what she got, because I left with this recipe, and oh my God. So anyway, they tell you to stick them close together. They already are. Perfect, okay? So then the next thing that we do is we make sure it's centered after you've cut it, or at least not right up against the edge of the pan. Then what you do is you take your mixture and, oh, what do you think? Doesn't it smell good? All that onion in there and everything.
Love it.
But you want to mix it up pretty well, because what happens is that the stuff kind of settles to the bottom. And
Maybe whisking it.
perfect. I'm getting out of your way.
I think you better.
Yeah. She's lethal with that knife.
Oh, I am known
Thank
to
you.
be lethal with a knife.
So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure we get all of the nice goo in there. Get that up on top, and then you want to brush it on top of all of them. But make sure that Yvonne did a really good job of separating her rolls a little bit. So
Yes, a little bit.
that's the nice way of saying something. But anyway, it worked
Don't
out
worry about
perfectly for what we're doing.
Do not worry about
So this poppy seed Worcestershire butter and mustard sauce and onion, you're putting on top of the rolls, and you're getting such a good flavor. Now, it says to go ahead and leave these with a out and let it sit and kind of absorb the flavor. While we're doing this, we really want to make sure we get the edges on the outside so that they don't dry off. And that's what's nice about having a pan bigger than the rolls. And so all you do is just keep rotating the pan. And this is designed to be sloppy, which we are. And
just go for it.
go for it.
Just
Exactly.
keep going.
And don't worry if you have one little bugger in there that kind of misbehaves. That's all right.
It's all flavor. That's all we want. Lots of
Absolutely flavor. Now, when we had a meeting, at Happy Cookers, I made 24 of these, and then we had like 110 people show up. So even though they're sliced already, it's no problem just slicing them in half, or even in our case, we slice them into quarters. If you're having a little tea party and you want those to be really good, but you want teeny tiny portions, be brave. Do what you want.
You'll have to fight people off for the seconds.
Yeah, there really weren't any left. Okay.
All right.
Oh, that looks good. Now let's show them what it looks like. Go ahead.
Doesn't that look beautiful?
It looks amazing.
And just wait till you eat them.
See, and when you were having problems with those separating, look at how perfectly it went between the cracks. So don't worry about it. It's not perfect.
Yeah,
Okay?
nothing's ever perfect.
They're going to go in the, well, actually, they're not going to go in the oven right now. We're going to let them sit out for 10 minutes, and then we're going to bake at 350 degrees for 10 minutes with a cover on it. And then we're going to uncover it and let it cook for 2 minutes. We're covering the different rolls. Thank you. I didn't get it. Anyway, we're covering the rolls with tin foil. They've rested for about 10 minutes now. And we're going to put them in the oven. And this is an important step because you don't want them to dry out. You all set? Let's go. Heat her up. All right. Yay! And the timer, I said 10 minutes. Great, okay. That's it? Wasn't that easy? Holy moly cow. We've got to take the tin foil off now to see how these sliders are doing. Oh my God, Annabelle, you want to come a little bit closer? Be careful not to walk into the oven. See how beautifully the cheese is melting and how much the liquid from the sauce is absorbed. And we're just going to take this off, and then we're going to let it cook for 2 more minutes. Someone asked me, Wendy, what do you do with all the leftovers? Do you eat everything? And no, we don't. We share it with plenty of people in the community, oftentimes with neighbors, and oftentimes with the Sun Lake security crew, because you know they're in those cold shacks, and today it's very cold, and tomorrow it's supposed to snow, and what we do is we take the food over to them almost after every event. Take care. Our videographer, who is doing volunteer work with us, is my granddaughter, Annabelle Souquette.
Hello.
And she's doing a wonderful job. Isn't that amazing? Look at that. Oh my God. Love is in the air. And we are going to send love to our tummies and also to the guard shack. I think they will love it. Yes. Isn't that great? Now all we have to do is slide this little sucker up on top and spread it out a little bit. So never be afraid to manhandle anything. It's really good.
Last month for the Christmas show, I made a party punch, a Tingleberry punch. Well, that was for a party, open house. Today, we're doing something to go with that punch, and that's an appetizer. And it is going to be really super easy, and we're going to put it here on this tray, or you can do a Valentine red tray, or my favorite, it's Super Bowl in
Yay!
February. We'll do the
She's
we
football
can do
fancy
the
lady.
football tray. Okay.
So you know where the leftovers today are going.
Yes.
Okay, so here's how I do it. But you know what, Charlene? What's really fun is you can do it any way you want. It's the concept. So what we're doing is we're skewering on a tomato. Well, you could put on cucumber. You could do anything you want. Just make sure at the beginning and the end that you put something that's less likely to slip on your skewer.
It's
and
on.
I got these cool cocktail skewers
Yeah.
at Albertsons, and they have 2 sizes in each package. So the tomato is on, and she cooked ravioli last night, but the recipe actually calls for tortellini. So because we've got raviolis, we're just going to try
And they're cheese.
They're
All
cheese, yes.
3 cheeses.
and I thought, hey, why not add something a little bit different? So I went and got some marinated artichokes. And then you've got the mozzarella on there. So how are you doing over there?
I'm doing great.
Okay.
I love it. This is such a good appetizer.
And they're nutritional. You know, you could even do peas and goat cheese, you know, whatever you, well, goat cheese wouldn't work too well because it would fall apart. But you could use whatever cheese you have. These little mozzarella balls are so good. They're perfect flavor. They kind of mix in with other flavors very well. And they go really good on pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
And you don't have to make them all exactly perfect. I think I'm going to make the cheese first, and then I'm going to do the...
All right. I'm doing the artichoke on here. I'm very glad to see that. I
Yeah.
love these artichokes.
And you know what? I just realized that maybe we should have put maybe a couple teaspoons of oil on it after you cooked it.
What?
The raviolis, because then that way they wouldn't stick so much
We
together.
did. We put olive oil on
Oh,
it.
you
I did
did?
it.
Uh-huh.
When I cooked them, I put olive oil.
Oh, but maybe when you put them away.
Yeah.
Because you can do it the day before. And they are so
This
good.
was this morning.
Isn't that easy?
I think so.
All right. I can't
Now-
wait to hear how you like it.
Okay, here's our finished, except now we have one more thing, and that's a sauce to put on top of the
appetizer.
skewers. And so here's the pesto.
Right, and this is, Charlene, this is store-bought pesto. And
Okay.
it comes in a little jar like that, but unfortunately I accidentally washed it.
And
lot.
then we're putting in some balsamic vinegar.
So you do 2 parts pesto to 1 part balsamic vinegar. But I got this fig flavored, actually you need a lot more than that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, fill it, keep going, I'll tell you when.
Oh, okay.
And I got this, that's good right there. I got this, can you hand me the top over there, please? No, that's the top to the jar of pesto.
Oh, this one.
Yeah, okay, so we're gonna screw that on. And like I said, this is the best little salad dressing thing. I don't know the name of it, but anyway, it works super. The little top gets shoved over and you shake it, shake it, shake it. You know, like shake-a-pudding?
Mm-hmm.
I wish they would make that again.
I know, it was so good.
Yeah, we would take it to the playground and we'd shake our pudding. And then, you know, we were just so happy. Shake and bake too.
And shake and bake, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I think we might need a little more vinegar. This looks a little thick.
Too thick, okay.
Yeah. Keep it going, girlfriend. There you go. By the way, I got that vinegar, if you want to get a close-up of it, Dwayne. I got this at the farmer's market by San Gregorio Memorial Hospital.
Oh.
Pretty cool, huh?
Oh, the outdoor market they
Yeah,
had?
yeah,
Oh,
the
that's
farmer's
a fun
market.
thing.
Do you remember what day it's on?
It was on Tuesday.
Tuesdays?
Yes.
Yeah, I think we got it 2 weeks ago. They're still going with the COVID thing going on. So, oh, by the way, speaking of COVID, Charlene, Yvonne, and myself, and Dwayne, and my husband, we've all been negative with COVID. And we make sure that we've been isolated and things like that before we do the video, because if we tried to do the video with masks on, you would never understand us.
Yes.
So
But
Charlene,
we had our mask on all morning.
all morning, all week, and during the prep meetings.
All week.
Okay, so Charlene, you want to drizzle it all over, and get up close to the tomatoes on the second round. There you go.
Balsamic vinegar and pesto. The only 2 things in here.
That's right, and
It goes over the mozzarella, the, well, it should have been tortellinis anyway. And
that's okay. You know, the whole point of this is there is no wrong, and it's
little-
just delicious.
they're 3 cheese raviolis is what they are.
Yeah.
And you only cook them for 5 minutes and let them rest, and then you put them here on the skewers.
Exactly. So isn't that just beautiful? Happy Valentine's Day. It's good for your heart. This should go really fast and it should be very tasty. And again, or no sugar. The only sugar that we're using is agave. And this is, it says it's got 16 carbs in it, but 0 protein, but there's no added sugar. So, you know, if you're diabetic on this thing, then I would go easy on that. But if you're just trying to cut out your carbs, this one is a great sweetener. So how many teaspoons or tablespoons does that require?
I think that was 2 tablespoons.
Spoons, and we're doubling it, so you'll need 4
4
tablespoons of
tablespoons.
agave syrup.
Okay.
Into the bowl.
Okay. I would be generous and let it spill over because so much of that sticks to the tablespoon measure.
Oh, okay.
You know, after you've done that first one. There you go. That's great. We had a little bit of a mishap last night. I went to Trader Joe's and got some fresh, unsalted almonds. And then I forgot the rolls for the sliders. And so I said to Desmond, let's go real quick and we'll go get those Hawaiian rolls.
Sure.
Well, we went and we came back and there was a bag opened on the floor of almonds, spread out everywhere. So we didn't have as many almonds as I expected. So I'm using half salted and half unsalted.
4 cups.
4 cups of almonds.
Right.
And 2 teaspoons of sea salt. So, go ahead. Yeah. And then Yvonne, that's a tablespoon.
I know, I'm just gonna put.
Okay, like 2/3 of it. All right. Yay.
Okay.
Okay, and then it says mix it until everything is thoroughly coated.
With our Valentine's Day spatula.
Yes, provided by Charlene. That's great. So keep mixing that, Charlene, and then we'll put
Okay.
it on a cookie sheet to go in the oven.
Okay, here we go. We're gonna
So
toss
Yvonne's
it.
going to spread it out, hopefully in a single layer. And that agave, we were all shocked at how well it coated it.
really sticks to those almonds.
Yeah,
It looks beautiful.
it
Nice
looks
and
great. It looks like
shiny.
something you'd find in the store.
Oh, I like this.
So we're going to spread that out, and then we're going to cook it in the oven for 10 minutes, and you'll stir it twice during that 10 minutes of baking. But I think this is pretty exciting.
Looks good.
All right,
Okay. And the oven is at
let's
350.
spread them out a little more so it's a single layer like they said.
Okay, we're ready to
Oh my gosh.
take these almonds out. Look at that. Aren't they beautiful?
They are so gorgeous.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you, Yvonne.
You're welcome.
So that's a guave syrup. That looks fantastic. All right. So the next thing we're supposed to do is to take them off of the cookie sheet while they're hot and put them in a couple tablespoons full of cocoa powder, unsweetened. You want to stir those while I'm...
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, yummy. Keep them coming.
Keep them going. I need to get a hot pad. Can you hand me one, please?
Here you go.
Thank you.
Wow. This looks good.
Really good. Do you think we need more cocoa powder?
I think we can.
Will it work?
Yeah, it'll work.
It's funny because the spatula kind of sticks to the pan because the agave has congealed a little bit.
Yeah, see, it's sticking really well.
Wow.
Keep it coming.
I am.
Hurry up.
I'm trying. Yeah. Oh, you gotta be brave in heart with this stuff. This reminds me of popcorn balls at Halloween in the old days.
Oh, yeah.
You know, where you would put that hot corn syrup or whatever it was on there?
Uh-huh.
Those were so good.
Burn your fingers.
Yes. So many things people don't really get to experience these days.
I know, it's so
We
sad.
use caramel,
Caramel. Oh,
make-
yummy.
milk caramels and make caramel corn.
Oh, wow, Dwayne. So, Dwayne, we're going to have you cook with us next time since you're Charlene's personal chef.
Oh, that sounds...
I think I'll give you just a tiny bit more cocoa.
No, I think you've got it. Really.
Well, I know, but I don't want it to stick.
Oh,
That's not a good thing to do with your nails. So, you know, you're right. Those look perfect. You want to look?
check it out.
Check it out. Aren't those great looking? So, should we try one?
Of course. Are they hot?
Mm-hmm. Charlene,
Wait a minute, let me get over there and taste one.
it's not a powerful cocoa flavor.
No.
And if you're really trying to look for a low
Oh, they're
sugar,
delicious.
chocolate fix, that would be it. Well, well, well. We have Charlene and Dwayne here. Now, Charlene claims that Dwayne is her personal chef.
Yes, he is.
He is.
And my banker.
Oh, and your banker.
Wow,
She is
what a
such a
deal.
pampered lady.
I'm a
And then we've got Yvonne over here who does like chocolate too.
Oh, I love chocolate.
So we had a debate and we were trying to figure out which chocolate people like. So we're going to do a little bit of everything, right guys?
everything.
We're going to do some that are all white, some that are all dark, and some that are mixed. So what I explained to everybody was that when you do the chocolate, you want to dip from where the stem is. Whoops, that stem is starting to come off. I already had a little boo-boo. First round, excuse me, ladies. And then we're going to go over here and do a second dip. And don't worry if you get some of the white chocolate in with the dark chocolate. We'll just stir it in. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, my buddy Dwayne here is a computer expert too. So he apparently cooks more, and I've been having Charlene in the video. So I thought, what the heck are we doing? So go ahead and grab one of these dried apricots. I prefer to get the organic kinds if I can, but right now it's hard to find them. I think Hadley's is a good source. So all you do is dip it about halfway in the chocolate, and then we also have some candied ginger. It tends to be drier than the other, so you want to dip it all the way up till you just about get your fingers in there, and scrape off the bottom. Oh my God, yummy. Let me see, Dwayne. I'm gonna try this one that we put down earlier. And
Doesn't take long to the chocolate to firm up. Where did we get the chocolate, Wendy?
Oh, this is dark chocolate. I love to get it at Costco because the quantities that I use when I'm baking, and oh my God, with chocolate ginger is amazing. So Costco's a really good source for that.
Okay.
I also have the white chocolate over here, and I get that in a lot of places, but I usually go to the Cakewalk store. They have one here in Beaumont, over near Applebee's,
Uh-huh.
and you can get all different colored chocolates there.
Wow.
But at Clark's in oh, can you guys get those closer to the stems, please? A little more chocolate. On them. More chocolate. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, you can go to Loma Linda and you go to Clark's Nutrition, and they have quite a few sugar-free chips that you can melt. Everything from butterscotch to chocolate to white chocolate. The brand is called Lily's, like my good friend. So my friends and the cookers here asked me, Wendy, what kind of melter do you use? I've actually used two. The baby cakes one works, but it doesn't get up to the temperature quickly enough to melt the chocolate very fast. So I use the baby cakes one in combination with the microwave. And when I microwave chocolate, I put it on power 2 or 3, and I'll do it in increments of 1 minute or so until I know that I've melted it without burning it. So one of the other things that you can do is you can take, it's like one of those squeezy mustard, not a jar, but you know, the thing that you squeeze mustard out of.
Yes.
With the long tip
Yes.
when you're at the picnic, those
Uh-huh.
little rubber things.
Yeah.
So anyway, you fill it up with melted white chocolate or dark chocolate. And then you have a hot water bath. And you stick those little plastic things, the squeeze tubes, in the hot water
water.
bath. So that when you start to do this, if you want to drizzle stripes over your chocolate, you can do that with the tubes of melted chocolate.
Great idea.
Oh. Wayne, what are you up to?
They're so good.
He's
You have
eating
to
them.
eat them right away.
I especially like the chocolate sauce dripping down your face. We're having a good time.
And Yvonne, look what she's doing.
Yeah, I'm making
Decorating
I'm
here.
making a mess.
You know what? It doesn't go wrong. This is a great thing to do with your grandkids. It's so easy.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And speaking of grandkids, the one that is filming right now, she's dipping her Cheez-Its crackers in chocolate. Ooh, she loves chocolate.
But see,
Dwayne's
you
done
have
an
to plug it
amazing
in.
job, and now he's back to actually
You have to plug the thing in.
creating chocolate treats,
So I
and
didn't
those
think
apricots
the-
are just so delicious. When you're making these,
Different
you
than-
need to make
than what
sure
we get here.
that you chill them. They
You
can
know,
either be chilled in the
that our
refrigerator
regular
or in this
coffee
cold weather,
thing that they
stick it
already
on your
have
patio
cured.
table unless you have a German Shepherd puppy. Quite often at Christmas time, that's what I used to do. Now I wouldn't leave anything out on the patio table. But leave it near a cold window or something like that. Allow the chocolate to set. One of the things that we liked before, and I think I showed you briefly, was double dipping the chocolate. And see how pretty that looks? So, oh, those already have, where are the ones? Oh, these are chocolate here. And what we do is we place them on parchment paper. So when the chocolate actually begins to set, it peels right off the parchment paper with no problem. There's no sticky stuff. So even though I've got some goo down there, don't worry about it. You know, there's nothing to stress over, except if you're trying to sign up for a COVID vaccination. That one we can stress over. And even these chocolate dipped ginger pieces that are so incredible, we could do a little bit of white on there. Who cares? It's our stuff, right? So enjoy it. So here's a little story that I'd like to share with you. Everybody has their own time when someone's loved them, and it's a memory that sticks with them forever. And my mom was an incredibly loving person, Barbara Henderson. She happened to die on Valentine's Day, but before it, she knew she didn't have much time left, and she went bonkers on QVC. And so what she did was she ordered 3 sets of these silver caches that have 3 caches within it, and she ordered them for Valentine's Day to be there after she had gone for each of her girls. Mom, I can't tell you what a treasure it is, and even though it's starting to show through and everything, I love you too.
You see our finished product of our chocolate dipped strawberries, and it was so much fun to do.
Yes, and one last thing I was going to mention is when we did these chocolate covered almonds with the cocoa powder, someone mentioned that there was too much cocoa on it. So all I did was stick it in a sifter, shake it around, and shake off the excess. Now, one of the things that we talked about doing is adding a little bit of salt. You know how people like salt with their chocolate. So I'm probably going to add about a teaspoon of salt in there. Put it in one of my plastic containers. Shake like shake-a-pudding. And then Charlene is the picky taster.
Well, we just thought that there was a little bit too much cocoa powder on the other ones.
How's that? Very good.
Very good.
Happy Valentine's Day. Are you guys hungry?
I'm
I
starving.
am. It's noon. It's lunchtime.
I know, I'm starving.
And I cannot wait to eat those sliders.
Me either, and I can't wait for the appetizers and stuff like that. So, but we have to have a nice drink with our luncheon, right?
Okay, I'm
yeah.
ready.
So what I did was I got this Food Network magazine for January, and in it, it has a year of smoothies. And so it has January, February, March, April, May, June. So I thought, let's try the February smoothie. And the February smoothie is dragon fruit smoothie. Now, Charlene, can you lift up the dragon fruit? You get it frozen, and I found it at Sprouts. It's pretty amazing in its color. It's gorgeous. No wonder they picked it for February. So we got that, and you also use frozen cherries. And you use chia seed, but you soak the chia seeds for a few minutes beforehand. And we just cut the pears. They're fine. They're just a little brown, but they're fine. And we have 2 tablespoons of lime juice that she has. And then we'll just use a little bit of honey as we want it. And then I chopped up some fresh ginger root. So that's everything that
Smells
goes
good.
in there. Does it smell great?
Oh, it's wonderful.
Okay, and I love my Vitamix. So Yvonne, would you throw in some of the ginger, please?
Oh, yeah, I would love to.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'd say about 3/4 of that because it looks like more than 2 teaspoons. Now, ginger is really good for your balance and nausea if you have it. So if you can make a drink that has it in there, that's wonderful. Okay, then our 2 tablespoons of lime juice. So Desmond, Mr. Wonderful, he squeezed those this morning. And then let's see how much honey. Okay, 2 tablespoons of honey. So just pour it in until I tell you to stop. How does that sound? Now, when you're doing honey, you may have heard already that it's good to eat local honey. So if you can find on the bottle that it was made in San Bernardino County, Southern California, that's fantastic. I was trying to look over at a grocery store in Redlands. That's good. Yeah. And
Well, you need the bees from Banning.
yes,
We
but
gotta
this
get the
had
bees from
Algeria,
Oh my.
Hungary,
Oh my.
some other country, and I said, well, that's not local, but it sure looks good. It was in a pretty bottle.
It's delicious.
Is it? Oh, good. So can we add the dragon fruit? Again, not monk fruit, but dragon fruit. We'll add that in there. And this bag, oh my God, that color is gorgeous. It's just beautiful. So what other thing do we have? The
Cherries.
Cherries, you want to put those in?
Yep, and we'll put the pears
thing?
in last.
All right.
Whoa.
Wow.
Okay. So let's see how this works.
Now this is a what instrument?
This is a Vitamix. And you
Vitamix.
always have to make sure you have the lid on. Yvonne, could you add the pears in there, please? And I
I
might
would
add a
love to.
little bit of water because it's quite thick.
Yeah.
What do you all think?
I think so.
I think so
Yes,
too,
it's a
yeah.
smoothie. We don't want lumpies.
Okay, and add the chia seed in.
All right. There
They look like frog eggs.
we go. Ooh, gross.
It is gross. But chia seed is very high in protein and very high in fiber. The dragon fruit seems to be very high in fiber as well. And pears obviously are. They have a lower glycemic index than apples do. So this is quite nutritious. Lots of vitamin C.
Okay, let's go for it.
All right, ready?
Whip it up.
Rip it. Oops. Okay, so that looks pretty good. And Charlene has already dressed each of the glasses with a wedge of lime. And we'll see how it tastes when we sit down. Hi. So everybody's sitting down. I'm actually doing the videotaping because I wanted to thank Dwayne Fink on the right and Desmond Ditchfield for all the help with videotaping and everything, as well as driving me to the grocery stores between Redlands and Loma Linda and where we live here in Banning. And then Yvonne and Charlene, I want to thank you guys for helping me with all the cooking and prepping. So
You're welcome.
that's my Valentine to you. I want to say happy Valentine's Day, not only to the people here, but to all of you in Sun Lakes, and wish you a great February. Bye.
Thank you.
Okay, so Annabelle's videotaping. This is the worst day to take something anywhere, but we're outside the main gate. We're taking things in for the security people, and Yvonne's going to grab the strawberries and we're going to surprise them. But I'm going over to the cover. Hi, you guys. Anyway, Happy Cookers made some ham and cheese sliders, and we have enough here for you. They're still warm, and chocolate covered strawberries. So we hope that you all like them from our club. So all you have to do is wipe off the plate. But
There you go.
we just wanted to say, whoops, I don't want to knock anything over.
I'll move this out of the way.
We wanted to say thank you to all of you, and would you share that message on to the rest of your fellow
Of course.
security people and say thank you for all you do for Sun Lakes.
Will do.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
We
Thank
appreciate
you.
so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And those ham and cheese sliders are good. It's a club here in Sun Lakes.
Okay.
And we're saying thank you to all the security people and bringing them treats. Desmond, hello. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, we're going to say it so you can hear it. Okay. So thank you for all the work you do with the security department and Happy early Valentine's Day from Happy Cookers.
And for the dog bones.
Yeah. You're welcome.
You'll be so happy.
Have a great day. Mwah.